Very aware that Nomadic has been a bit MIA at the minute. In all honesty, it's been chaos. There's been hurdles after curveballs, after plot twists. But yeah, now there's minimal risk of being jobless and homeless. So we're back on, resuming the full send on all things surf, skate and adventure. Obviously there has been a few adventures and things like that since I've been here, but I don't know, now we get to actually like lock in and just full send. However, before we got back to live, laugh, loving on the other side of the world, we had to actually try and get there. And there was this tiny little thing called a war that we had to try and avoid. Now, to get from Manchester to Australia via Singapore, avoiding said war, it was going to cost £2,500. Crazy, absolutely not. So instead, we're now going to make a trip out of it. With that in mind, we're going to go from Manchester down to Morocco. Yes, I'm fully aware that it's not on the flight path. However, I've always wanted to go and I'm on this side of the world, so let it go live. Morocco to Paris, Paris to Singapore, Singapore to Bali, Bali to Brisbane. Got 2 weeks and we've got a budget of £2,000. Now, before I even left North Wales, got on a flight, anything, I made sure that I had my flights, my accommodation, and cash for each country. Now, I don't usually book accommodation until I get to the place usually. However, with this being a challenge, only having a couple of weeks and a set amount of money to spend on this trip, I wanted to make sure that I had a way of getting in and out of each country, somewhere to stay in each country, and at least a little bit of cash for every destination. And with that being said, we are finally ready for stop number 1 of the adventure. Day 1 of the trip and like my first full day in Morocco. Yeah, basically I'm staying in Tamrat, but I ended up actually walking all the way down to the beachfront. How I'd feel about like walking around and stuff, but it's actually been so chill. Like even for solo like female travelers who want to come out here, like I'm not just saying this, obviously be safe and stuff like that and like go within your comfort zones, but yeah, I felt so safe. I walked all the way from the hostel down onto like the main road, and you had to sort of like cross that to then get to the beach. They've got a few different like surf breaks there. I was hoping to go surfing, but it was already packed. I had a bit of a line, to be fair. So we're right next to a mosque, and their call to prayer was at 7 AM this morning, so it was a hell of an alarm. But yeah, as I was sort of crossing the road, I asked a girl for directions, and basically we got chatting and we spent the whole day together. So yeah, solo traveling, but naturally, like as you do, sort of like meet people and stuff. We ended up walking all the way from Tamrat all the way to Tagazu, even up to the little skate park too, which is actually quite high up on a hill, which is definitely doable. But yeah, just if anybody's hoping to go to that skate park, just know that it's like off the main road a little bit. I'll put some videos and stuff like that up of where it was, but yeah, it's been a hell of a first day, and I feel a lot more comfortable here than I thought I would. So I'm excited for day 2. Hopefully I won't have a lion and I can actually get some surfing in. But for the rest of the day, it's just going to be chilling out and honestly enjoying the sunset, because we've got a hell of a vantage point up here. It's lovely. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. A few more things to shove into my bag, and then I get picked up in like an hour, and next stop's Paris, so but it's that way in the morning. I've had to come out to do all my parking, because I don't want to wake anybody up. So with stop 1 done, it's time to tally up. And before even leaving the UK, EasyJet had me with my bag. And I feel like I need to explain. Morocco is actually a closed currency country, and so you can't get your spends or your cash before you go. You need to get it out there. And so between getting cash out and spending a little bit on my card, Morocco actually cost me £181.19, which for 4 nights away is absolutely crazy. On to the next stop, and we are in Paris. So, turns out that nobody in Paris eats at this time, and so we're going to do like a little makeshift sandwich. Just on the side of the canal too. This is what we got. Hopefully that got that. But yeah, the objective of coming to Paris for 2 nights, basically like 1.5 days, is wine, bread, cheese, croissant, pain au chocolat, basically just pastries, cheese, bread, wine. That is the objective. And so at least I'm sorting out number 1, and I've just had a glass of wine in this maddest little cafe too, which all the cafes here I'm pretty sure are just bars at some point, which love. So good start. Only been here for like 4 hours, so happy days. So bit of a hectic one in Paris. Obviously yesterday I tried completing the whole city within that one day, literally 35,000 steps later, and yeah, I've seen all like the main attractions. I think the one good thing about Paris is the fact that like there's kind of like a built-in itinerary if you kind of just like land and don't really know what to do. The stuff that I definitely knew I wanted to do was more like food based, like wine, bread, cheese, croissant, like all the pastries, you know. People were saying about frog legs, but I'm like, I've eaten a whole frog in Vietnam, so I don't know about the frog's legs. And I know I'm okay for snails. But yeah, it's been a hectic morning, and like last night as well. Basically Air India have they've had to contact me 3, maybe 4 times about my flights and stuff, because a couple got cancelled, then rescheduled. Because of the rescheduling, it meant that I was going to miss my connecting flight, and so yeah, it's been very, very stressful. I was supposed to basically already be in the air by now, and instead of flying midday today, I'm now flying at 1/4 to midnight tonight. So yeah, didn't need to rush around, but also at the same time I've made it to like the art section of like Paris, I assume. Even seen like Picasso's first like studio. Sat in this really like nice cafe as well, surrounded by loads of galleries and stuff, so you know, silver linings. And my bags. Having to track my bags with me as well, because even though it said that there was free locker space and stuff like that, you actually go to ask and drop them off, and it seems like you have to pay an extortionate amount. And yeah, we're on a budget, but it's okay, because basically we've just been trekking around, seeing the last few bits, and making a bit of a cafe crawl of it. This morning it was coffee and pain au chocolat, which there's enough, just about enough of them in the city to cushion the stress of it all. However, now we're on the wine, and it's good wine too, I must admit. So yeah, at least we've got that. And yeah, seeing the last few bits, and gonna head to the airport soon. Fingers crossed, no more delays, rescheduling, cancelling, none of that. Fingers crossed, touch wood. And yeah, next stop is Singapore. was supposed to be on a flight that I was supposed to be on this flight, and then Air India said that it was cancelled, and then they put me on a different flight, and I was going to have like 13 hours in the airport. But I've literally just gone through, and they've given me this. I'm pretty sure my plane's departing in like, I don't know, 30 minutes. I got a fucking clue where I'm going. This is gonna be crazy. Oh shit. Oh. I actually don't understand how I made that. Literally had like 2 minutes till the gate closed. But yeah, I made it. So the TV actually works on this one as well, which is ideal. The only thing is my mum's going to kill me because she thinks that I've got 13 hours in New Delhi airport, and when she doesn't hear from me in the next few hours, she's just going to assume I'm dead. So that's going to be fun when I land in Singapore. We'll deal with that when we get there though, I guess. And more importantly, we're in Singapore airport, and I really want to find the. I feel like Singapore airport is it's like a tourist attraction within itself, you know? Because one, it's huge, but two, it's literally got like its own like gardens and stuff. So we're gonna go check that out before we've got 4 hours to the flight, so. No, focus. Okay, so I'm an absolute idiot, and everything here is so efficient that I didn't even realise that I was going through immigration. Like, I'm in the departure lounge and I didn't have to, like, my bags haven't, there's not really security. I don't know, I was confused. Anyway, but as soon as you go through immigration, you can't then, obviously, the actual rain vortex, like the waterfall, is actually on the like public area side of the airport. And so yeah, you can't actually go through it, but I've just spoken to an absolute G on the information desk, and he's saying that you can still see it via like the SkyTrain, because between Terminal 2 and Terminal 3, the SkyTrain actually goes like through the rainforest, and yeah, so that's what we're doing. I'm in Terminal 1 at the minute. I'm going to get the SkyTrain over to Terminal 2, and then the SkyTrain going from Terminal 2 to Terminal 3 is the one that goes through the vortex thingy, which sounds crazy, and then basically get it back from Terminal 3 to Terminal 2. and then that way I can still sort of see it. But yeah, so a hot tip. I mean, most people will probably do that anyway. It's just me that's unaware. But hey, we get there in the end. Do you know what I mean? Right, let's do it. Is that I am 100% a beach bum, because like, don't get me wrong, the other places were absolutely stunning, like Paris and Singapore. I'm really glad that I went to them. Obviously Morocco is like, I was by the beach as well, but it's just something about this, like, it's just like literally sand, local fishermen, the sea, and like I'm so chilled out. Like, I love it here. Which is crazy, because I've heard that Uluwatu is like hectic. I'm a little bit out of it, to be fair. I'm staying in Bingin? I think that's how you say it. I'll put the location down the bottom. But yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. I've literally spent my whole day on like the sea, on the sand, just like, not where those girls are, just on the other side of them. And it has been stunning. Like, the sea was like right up here at one point. You can literally see where it's like left lines and stuff. People's stuff was getting absolutely trashed, but even still, so good. And the surfers here, oh my god, dude, they are so good. They are insane. It's like having a front row seat to your favourite fucking show, except this time there's no subscription needed, and you can get a friggin' beer for like $4 whilst you watch it. Mental. Love it. The calmness of beach life needs to be studied. I think that's fair. And also, yeah, just watching these like local fishermen do their thing. Like, local fishermen in anywhere you go, like any part of the world, they know the water better than anybody, and like, it's just an absolute art. I don't think there's anything about these waters that they can tell you. Do you know what I mean? And it looks crazy. Happy gal. Last destination, but happy gal. It's only day one too. I've got 2 more days, so 2 more days of being a beach bum before I have to lock in. literally the last leg of the journey. Like, why? Why? It's the simplest journey of all of them as well. I thought this was a sure bet. Right, the ride isn't over just yet then. Yay. Good morning. Excuse the mistake. I feel like I've said that a lot this trip, but it's what it is. It is currently like 4:30 AM. We've got a flight at 8 AM. And yeah, I think all of us are on like 2.5 hours sleep. Like, yeah, it's insane. Flight got cancelled last night, and then they put us up in a hotel, and they fed us and stuff like that. The room had coffee, so I can't complain too much. Woke up at 3 AM, and yeah, we're back at the airport. Nobody really knows what's going on with check-in. Either it's too early, or some people are saying that because we'd already checked in yesterday and it's like the same flight, I don't know. All sounds a bit crazy to me, but yeah, it'll be fine. We'll get there eventually, I'm sure. One last life lesson for this trip, as if I haven't had enough of them already. But yeah. Crazy that it's all coming to an end. The 2 weeks have flown by, fair play. Actually crazy. It's been so good. I'm glad that I finished it in Bali too. Don't get me wrong, Paris and Singapore are absolutely stunning and 100% like surprised me in terms of like enjoying them and stuff. But my god, I'm definitely a beach bum. Like, there's something about like going to cities, I feel like I need to see some things, especially like with Paris and stuff like that. Like I've said before, like there's kind of like a built-in itinerary just because of all the like monuments and stuff like that to go and see. But and like with Singapore, I wanted to learn about their history because like I don't know, it's just like one that we don't really get taught or like spoken about too much. And yeah, again, like wanted to make sure that I seen like certain areas, certain places, certain monuments. So and then like the trip felt like fulfilled. And I don't know if it's because I've been to Bali or Indonesia before, I just get fulfillment from being in the ocean. like it's not this like mad crazy like 30,000 steps a day, like trying to get around and see everything and all sort of stuff. Like I literally walked 10-15 minutes to the beach, got in the sea and was like, yeah. Like that is me fulfilled. It's still nice to visit all the cities and stuff like that, but yeah. Crazy. Yeah. A mad 2 weeks, but it's finally coming to an end. I mean, touch wood. No, it's not wood. This flight doesn't get cancelled again. But we are finally making our way to Brisbane. Who'd have guessed it? Yeah. Surprisingly, I actually kept a budget in Paris and Singapore, two of the most expensive stops of the whole trip. And so therefore the only actual dent was the extra that I spent in Indonesia, meaning that actually we had £255 left of the budget. So with 4 countries ticked off, staying within budget and making it to Australia, avoiding said war, I'd say that's a successful trip.